YouTubers, family and friends. I'm back in Minnesota at my daughter's house here, and I'm working on her truck with Iro, her dog. I got the truck torn apart. I'm replacing the starter, and I took a little break. And there's turkeys, wild turkeys here in her yard, in the neighbor's yard. There's another one laying in the driveway there. There's some more in the yard. Just a whole flock of turkeys here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8, about 20 turkeys. Just wild turkeys, just roaming the neighborhoods. And my brother says even up north there's all kinds of turkeys everywhere. And a gray squirrel running by. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. All the turkeys here in Minnesota running wild. And I mean, back in the day, you know, when people were hungry and didn't have free money from the government and, you know, welfare and all that, they'd be out hunting these turkeys, and there wouldn't be any turkeys around because the population was hungry, and they would kill all the turkeys and eat them. And that's kind of what happened in the Philippines. Most of the islands, there used to be wild deer. Literally, my father-in-law, when he was young, was on a hunting expedition with his relatives at that time, and I'm talking over 50 years ago. And I even have a horn, or at least I had a horn that he gave me from a buck deer that they killed on the island of Mindanao, where he lived there, where we built our house. So, you know, if this kind of turkeys, wild turkeys, was in the Philippines, they'd be dead real quick because the population's hungry there. They kill and eat everything, and if they're not protected in the Philippines, so wherever the Filipinos can get, they kill it and eat it. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see, you know, all this wildlife coming back here in the U.S. because people nowadays, they don't even hardly hunt, because they've also made it so difficult and so many restrictions on hunting. It's even hard to get the licenses and all the gear you need to hunt, and then there's so many restrictions on land and where you can even hunt anyways. I tried to hunt pheasant in the Dakotas, man, about between 15 and 20 years ago with my firstborn son, and we accidentally got off the public property into farmer's property, and oh man, they were on us like stink on shit, and they held us even. They were trying to hold us and wait until the sheriff came, and they wanted to, you know, give us a ticket for trespassing and blah blah blah, all this stuff. And it ruined pretty much our whole trip, because, you know, I was just trying to hunt with my son and teach him about hunting, and everything, like I say, is so strict with trespassing and all that stuff. It's just, you know, ruins it. And so many people have even given up on hunting. So it's kind of sad, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see, you know. And we seen some deer the other day. So this is Maple Grove area. It's a suburb of Minneapolis, St. Paul in Minnesota. It's actually the north. If you look on the map, it's northwest suburb in the upper left, you know, if you look on the map, upper left corner of the suburbs in Minneapolis. So yeah, I'm just out here having a leisurely day, drinking coffee and tearing this truck apart. I looked at a couple YouTube videos, and it's pretty tough to get to the starter. I'm replacing the starter, and I got some of the bolts out right now. And there's my flashlights in there. You can't see it from this angle. It's real tight and tough to get at. And here's the new starter I picked up yesterday at the parts store. So there's three bolts. Here's one here on this side. This is the bolt hole pattern, and there's your starter that comes out and engages with the flywheel. But yeah, I got one of the bolts out of the three, and I got just two more to pull out, and all the connections here on the solenoid, I've already removed those on the old one. So I only got two more to do, and I can start putting in the new one. So another thing I did is remove this negative post, as you can see here, from the battery, because all that juice goes to the starter. So I made sure I removed that first. But this is Iro. It's a sheepdog and some other kind of dog. I forget the name of it. It's like a cross, but this dog, I've never heard this dog bark ever. It's watching the turkeys right now. It's all curious about the turkeys, but it's never barked in its life that I've ever heard it bark. It's just watching the turkeys. Aren't you, Iro? What is that? Is that a turkeys? Yeah. The turkeys are all moving around, and Iro's watching them. Very funny. So that's about it for this video, guys. I'm just going to continue in on this working, and my daughter's at work right now, and her boyfriend's gone working for his mom. So yeah, maybe about another hour. I could get this done probably in 30-40 minutes, but I'm just taking it slow and, just enjoying the day. It's a really nice day, and it's nice and cool. You can see I got my long sleeve stuff on, so I got my Minnesota clothes on. It's a lot different from the hot Philippines, that's for sure. So, and I love this time of year. Is absolutely the best time in Minnesota is September, October, before it gets real cold and starts to snow and all the leaves start turning on the trees. But right now there's not very many leaves that have turned on the trees yet. So as you can see, there's a little bit of turning right there on these oak trees, turning to the orange color. But that's about it. So I'm gonna let you guys go for now. Appreciate you watching the channel, and always lay a comment if you have any questions about anything. I'd love to help you out in any way I can, not only about what I'm doing here, or also any questions about the Philippines. And like I say, like I've said many times in my videos, the reason I went to the Philippines is because there's no tax and no insurance. And those two things right there are driving people into the poorhouse here in the U.S. So if you want to get away from, and all you retired people, you don't have to stay in the Philippines all the time. But, like a lot of people fly back and forth, half the year. So, it's all depending on your own lifestyle and what you want to do with your family, and then trying to save money. But, I sold everything, lock, stock, and barrel, and gave stuff away that I couldn't sell over 10 years ago. And I haven't paid taxes or insurance for over 10 years now. And it's the best move I've ever done in my life. And that's the huge advantage of living in the Philippines. And it's a English-speaking Christian country, so all those things are to be considered wherever you decide to be an expat, if you do decide to be one. So I love you all, and take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.